Right, hello, ladies and gents. This seems to be an interesting turn of events. Kind of what you thought would be in place anyway. So the Rush shooting has now prompted a new New Mexico law requiring gun safety training for actors and crew. Now, I'm just gonna wait. I would have thought this was pretty obvious, wouldn't you? I would have thought this was already in place. This is quite a surprise, so let's dive into it. So a New Mexico state senator on Monday introduced legislation that would require actors and other crew members to take a gun safety course offered by the New Mexico Game and Fish Department. A move that comes just more than 3 months after the shooting death of cinematographer Halyna Hutchins on the Santa Fe set of Rust. Now, I guess there's a distinction between the two here, right? This is a government mandated, here's an approved course, you must do this if you're shooting, pun intended, in Santa Fe. Or New Mexico, should I say, sorry. So, I guess that corresponds directly to what should already be in place under unions, under any crew, any insurance, anything which dictates a movie can handle guns safely. And I guess what this is, in my eyes, is one, something that should have been in place, I agree. But it also indicates that this is something which corresponds outside of it to bolster and also cover their own tracks, cover their own tails, I guess. You should have this in place anyway, but what we're going to do to further bolster the safety on sets is mandate this law, this training. You must follow this if you're going to be going and shooting guns on, film sets in New Mexico. I don't think this is a bad idea at all. I actually think this is pretty fair. I would have also thought this was something which I guess, would have been in place in a certain degree anyway because of insurances, but no, not the case. So the Santa Fe Sheriff's Office and the Santa Fe DA is investigating the incident. We've covered it here extensively on the channel. And the incident itself is obviously a gun which was in the hands of Alec Baldwin. We know that. The star and the producer of Rust discharged. Now, whether that was from him or not, we don't know, courtesy of the investigation. Anyway, we can speculate. And that discharge with a live round, which would strike and then kill Halyna Hutchins and wound the director Joel Souza. Still, 3 months on, no charges have been filed. I mean, we are moving into the 4th month now, I believe. It's getting quite tiresome to sort of watch the fact that no charges have been filed. Doesn't seem to be any movement on this anywhere. Now, Cliff Pirtle, a Republican state senator from Roswell, New Mexico, has a pair of credits in Western movies, according to IMDb, 2018's Dead Man Standing and 2021's Death Alley. This is the actual individual that has decided to introduce this bill, which I think is great. Like, you're coming at it from an angle of, hey, look, I've been in movies. So, I mean, look, obviously he's not been in a lot, of course. But let's get this right, he's been in movies, he does. Yes, it's political, but this is not a left versus right situation. This is, no, we should probably have this law in place, because, I mean, what the hell is going on? I've been on a movie set, it seemed fine. Why was the negligence so vast on this other set? That's how I'm looking at potentially how he's approached this. Now, his bill would require the safety course, which is tailored to hunters for any production in the state where firearms are present. So it's a safety course specifically for hunters, but it's two-pronged. You can use it, on productions. I think that works really well. Now, here's what they sort of, what they want to happen anyway. Production companies that don't comply would actually risk being eligible for lucrative New Mexico film and TV tax rebates, which have made the state a magnet for Hollywood productions. would risk being eligible. I assume this is a typo from Deadline side of things. Production companies that don't comply would risk not being eligible for lucrative New Mexico film and tax rebates, which have made the state a magnet for Hollywood productions. I assume that is what they meant. They have literally written, would risk being eligible. Oh no. Why would they not want to be eligible? Silly. Bad typo there, guys. Anyway, Rust was being made on a film location on Bonanza Creek Ranch outside Santa Fe when the fatal shooting occurred in October 21. So, yeah, I mean, we are now into this is the 4th month, isn't it? Now, this is interesting. I like his stance on this. So, the Republican senator in question says, unfortunately, to the Hollywood elite, the talk around guns is all too abstract. This is a simple bill to bring some gravity back to the use of firearms on film sets. The AP said a spokesperson for New Mexico Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham said today that the governor had not read the bill and the current New Mexico legislative session ends February 17th. Look, I support this bill. Obviously, not that anyone gives a shit what I support. I'm not in the, I'm not doing government stuff. But the point remains is that there is no reason why this bill should not go through. There is no issue. If this doesn't go through, it's people playing party politics. He is completely right when he says that, unfortunately, to the Hollywood elite, the talk around guns is abstract, right? There needs to be more weight. The people that, palm guns off and say, oh, you're just gun-toting, blah, 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 i.e., quite literally Alec Baldwin, seem to be the most lax when it comes to safety. Those that hate on guns seem to be the most lax on safety, as evidenced by Alec Baldwin himself. There really does need to be a bit more, no, this is very serious, take the gun safety very seriously, and thus a law could help assist that. And also, if this law doesn't, if this law passes, there should be something written into the insurances of these film sets that if you don't do this, then your insurance is void and you have to foot the bill for everything, which, you have to hit Hollywood where it matters, which is in the finances. So there you go, ladies and gents. What do you think about this? Let me know down below. This is a development. It's pretty interesting. Do you support this? Do you not? If you don't, I'd love to hear why, because I don't see anything as being negative here. I, again, firmly believe that this would be just party politics if people reject this. But let me know what you think down below. If you're new here, do hit subscribe, give the video a like, and please do share it. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.